All right. We always encourage journalists to enter the courtroom and find a space so that they can observe these things firsthand. And I want to reiterate again, because we know that all the journalists will be in court, the DSS will go and write a report and send it to the journalists, and you see something completely opposite of what happened. But that's not our problem. We have a way of telling our own stories. So what happened in court today was the prosecutor, or persecutor, as he has now appropriately been named, came to court that despite the error of the registrar of the court to provide a vital document for defense, that he wants the case to be foreclosed. Don't forget that that's been their tactic from day one. They want to foreclose the case. They even foreclose over 30 lawyers by asking them to kneel down in court. We asked the judge to remove his hand. He refused. Reason being that they have already had a plan with him. They still told me today that they have agreed with the judge to send me to prison. Yes, I was told. That was the reason why the judge sent me to Kuje, just because I missed one court appearance. One. And the lie they keep telling in court is that we are the ones who have been adjourning the case, whereas we have been diligently participating in this case. You have cases of corruption, billions of naira, that have been around since 7 years ago. They have not concluded it. Yahaya Bello's case has been going in this court now for almost since 2023.
He's a senator.
They have not. He's trying to become a senator. But when it comes to Sowore, suddenly a judge who is supposed to be on vacation refused to go on vacation. And our lawyer, being a senior advocate of Nigeria, and a senior lawyer, well-respected lawyer, who is also an activist, by the way, we don't want to hide it, came to court and he couldn't take the insult anymore. And he told the prosecutor, when he said this is dilatory tactic, he kept saying dilatory. What is the meaning of dilatory? As if that's the only grammar left in the dictionary. What is dilatory tactic in coming to court? Asking you to bring us the best witnesses we have. The witness ran away, the DG of DSS. We bent backwards, over backwards, to say he can bring anybody from his office. The man standing there is the one they brought today. Nobody even knows if he's in DSS or not. But we were ready for them. But we needed documents, because the law is very clear. You can't accuse somebody of a crime and refuse to let the person defend himself. That's what they are trying to do. The only thing they want is foreclosure, foreclosure, foreclosure. To inform the court that no, you can't keep insulting our whole legal team and the Nigerian people who are following this case, both locally and internationally, that we are not fighting this case. We have 20 witnesses that has not been called. Bring your witness. Let's interrogate them. You say you want to foreclose. So that's what happened in court today. And the judge, who hitherto had refused all this while to even go on vacation, said he cannot continue the case again. Let me use this opportunity to call on him that everything has cast. That's how they say it in Nigerian language. Everything don't cast. Let the judge just remove his hand and stop threatening Olumide Fuzika with, I'm going to refer you to the necessary, this is not a marketplace. If you don't fight in the court, where do you fight?
Marketplace.
If you want to go and fight in market, let them go and file the case at Wuse Market. We'll go there.
Okay, sir, as the ANC presidential candidate,
yes,
what's your calls to Nigeria, looking at the state of the nation? Let me use that word.
Our call to Nigerians is that you have seen it. Yesterday, the list of presidential candidates were released in this country.
Yes.
I'm number 2 on the list. Our party is number 2 on the list, African National Congress. Only 19 presidential candidates of 22. I think 3 of them did not submit presidential candidates. I know of one that submitted the name of a presidential candidate that will not participate. I know of 2, but that's a conversation for another day. But the presidential candidate of the APC, the All Progressive Congress, did not go to primary school.
No secondary school.
He did not go to secondary school. He only presented one paper from Chicago State University, which was different from the paper he presented in 1999, which was University of Chicago. Now he has downgraded it to Chicago State University. You get my point. And we're advising him, it's not too late to take advantage of adult education. Let him go back to primary school, secondary school, online. He had a minister in this country who after she was appointed as a minister went and did NYC. So there's no big deal. But in going back to school, he should go back to school and let serious people contest for the presidency. But on a serious note, we are asking Nigerians to understand the precariousness of their condition and situation. These guys have come to destroy your country. Yes. And we are the only ones standing between them and the final evisceration of Nigerian people. And on August 5, which is our annual date for reminding ourselves of the need for a revolution, we will all be out across the country for Revolution Now 5.0. We started Revolution Now in 2019, and everybody in Nigeria has come to the conclusion that we need a revolution, including even the guys who they bring to court every day, the DSS people. We have more than 5. I'm not like one of these guys who didn't go to school. Yes, we have over close to 10 focal points, of which we have told you we have security as a priority, we have power as a priority, education as a priority, healthcare as a priority, the economy as a priority, fighting corruption as a priority, food security, agriculture as a priority. We have technology. We want to introduce brand new technological economy that will take Nigeria from being what it is today to become a competitor in the world, in the modern world. Are you getting my point? So,
power.
We have discussed power. Yes. We've discussed security. We have discussed education. We have talked about healthcare. You know, we have discussed a living wage, and we are the only people in this country that told you that we want 500,000 to become the minimum wage in Nigeria, because there's nobody who can live on less than 500,000. We are even ashamed to be saying it. We have discussed infrastructure. That's number 8, right? We want tourism to become a major. Nobody should be going elsewhere in Africa other than Nigeria, because there's nothing we go to look for anywhere else in the world that you don't have in Nigeria. Yes. If you don't have it in the east, it will exist in the north or the south. If it is river you are looking for, you can swim from here to New Jersey. The Atlantic Ocean is there. But how do people come to this country if we are not secure? If we don't have electricity, you don't have infrastructure, you can't trust your police. You have now abandoned the police to the point that you are expanding. In Nigeria, you are expanding the number of divisions of the Nigerian army, but you are not increasing the number of divisions of police, because the police has become completely or rendered useless. So we are back to some quasi-military rule. You know, access to justice is one of, and that is why we came to this court and we keep coming to this court. Because we come, as we have always told you, not to expect justice from this court, but we bring justice to the court. And that is what our lawyer did today. He brought justice to a judge who has no intention to deliver justice. And that was why you saw that tempers were flaring. Because lives are at stake. Somebody cannot pretend to be a lawyer in a case in which you know that the people who are prosecuting have already made up their mind. They are just waiting for you, counting dates. They have already written the judgment. He knew it. And he cannot just sit down there, because that's how they kill Kasarua in this country. It's the same way they killed Abiola in this country. They use the judges. We have sacrificed too many innocent people to this kind of conspiracies in our legal system. That's the reason why you saw that our judge couldn't just sit there, our lawyer couldn't sit there and watch them carry out their shenanigans, and we just be endorsing, okay, we have 20 witnesses to go. It's just a simple document. They say judge approved document on the 27th. Registrar refused. Registrar said he didn't release. And we are telling the judge did not even ask the registrar, why did you not release this document as central to the defense of this case? They are not interested in defense. They just want to close case, collect their own money, and they did it to me in 2019. Arrested me, kept me for 5 months in DSS custody, charged me with treason, money laundering. They accused me in Nigeria of laundering my own money. Yes. They did it to fella before. And then was that, this cyber crime was also introduced, that I cyber bullied Buhari. And Falana told them, who was our lawyer, then said, if you say yes, we are going to bring Buhari to court too. And Buhari had ear infection at that time. So how do we do that? They removed those charges, downgraded the treason trial to treasonable felony. But regardless, they seized my passport and kept me in Nigeria for 5 years. And they have continued. Last year, the illegal Inspector General of Police got me arrested, got me charged before a judge here. They seized my passport until he was removed, and they removed. The moment that one was done, they took me to another court in December. And this judge. And before you knew it, he has sent me to Kuje for missing one trial. And one thing I want to tell you is that if I were to be in prison, you will get longer adjournments. But I'm in town, that must be day to day. The moment he sent me to Kuje, for the first time, he agreed to adjourn for a week or more.
Yes.
Even when we applied for bail, he said we should go and come back. I spent 11 days with 47 tuberculosis infected persons in Nigeria. And I keep saying, if Nigeria were to be a serious country, we have 47 people with tuberculosis in the country. That's a national emergency. But nobody even talked about it. The Minister of Health was happy that Sowore was there. The Minister of Justice was happy that Sowore was there. Last week, we came here for this case. The Minister of Injustice ran to the place to come and defend the DG of DSS. Today now, he has refused to show up again. He returned it back to...
My passport is there with
Yes.
My passport is there.
Yes, Gololo's passport is there,
They seized
and,
his passport.
and his phone. They still took his phone.
They carry SIM card.
But yes. They give him SIM card. But they did him a favor because Gololo's phone is better than the one that he went to prison with now.
And today makes it the anniversary of when you were arrested in Lagos.
And by the way, and finally, August 3rd, 2019 was when I was arrested by DSS in Lagos. Abducted by the DSS, flown to Abuja after 2 days in detention. The plane they used in bringing me to Abuja is the same plane I heard that general crashed in Kaduna. One small double-engine plane like that is unserviceable. I remember when we were flying to Abuja, we would go up and then we would see banana trees and they would go up again for about an hour and a half. Nightmare, this country has to stop doing injustice to its people. And that is why we are here to stop it. We are willing to give it up. I've said it before. I'm not pretending. Nobody is pretending, including our lawyers. They know what they have decided.
Exactly.
They are just waiting for us to reach the date. The judge will say, you have offended the president and you should go to jail. And when they do that, you say Sowore cannot run in the election. And we are here to defeat them in this election.
Yes.
That's the plan. We knew it. I've been told several. In fact, somebody still came and told me this morning that the reason they are charging me is because I refused to apologize to Tinubu. For what? You understand? Did I apologize to Buhari? It is Tinubu that should be apologizing to the Nigerian people for presenting himself for an office he's not qualified for.
Exactly.
Are you getting my point? He's the one that should be apologizing on a daily basis for presenting himself as a person who is worthy that he knows he's not worthy of. And what did they say is a crime that I called him a crime? Atiku called him a forger, and they drug Baron yesterday or day before yesterday. Let them go and carry Atiku now. Yes, let them go and carry Atiku. Thank you very much.